love the change of season. August to September is a gift because you get this lovely carpet of orange and yellow and brown leaves. I was out for a walk early one morning this week and already the leaves are on the ground. There was a dew on my car as well, on the windscreen, and it was definitely fresher first thing in the morning. So the autumn is blowing in. With my journaling, as you will see on the clip I'm going to show you in a minute, I've just felt a new season is blowing in and it's time to let go of things. Over the last year, I felt God asking me to let go of various projects and charities that I've worked with and particular art styles and music styles, just to let them go so that new things can start. I am not a watercolour artist at all. My genre is acrylics, and so I had to go over the last few days with a little acrylic set, and you'll see the results in a minute. So it's trying new things, being brave, trying new things, learning new skills so that we can broaden what we've got. So I want to encourage you that if you're in a place where you're thinking everything feels a bit dry and old and I'm not enjoying this anymore, or I'm not getting any depth out of my work, or I just don't want to do it, then it's time to find a new skill, find a new way in, learn something new. Could be learning a new instrument, could be writing in a different style, writing poetry instead of prose. It could be trying out watercolours instead of acrylics, going back to sketching or pottery, whatever. But find something new that inspires you. So I've just started a new sketchbook. I bought this one, I think it was from Hobbycraft. It's only A5, so it's a bit smaller than I would normally use. But I've just finished a front page. I always write the date in the front, just so I know. Sometimes I can fill them up in 6 months, sometimes it takes a year, but it's helpful looking back just to have the date in. Now, I'm not brilliant with watercolour. I'm more of an acrylics painter, acrylics artist. That's my particular love. So I thought I'd have a go. Unfortunately, the watercolour paints that I've got are fairly cheap and they're a little bit chalky. So I think I'm going to have to invest in some artist grade watercolour palettes. But anyway, that did for last night. So if I just show you what I've done, you can get these little labels. I bought a packet of these, I think were about £1.50, £2. They're quite useful and they make great bookmarks in the actual sketchbook, which I quite like. Always save bits and scraps of paper because you can use them to write things on. And then I've just cut out some of the little sketches that I did last night. This dandelion one I've had for years and I found it tucked behind the back of my desk here. And then I've just made a little collage with some stickers and some washi tape. Yeah, it's a good start to the year. And some of these sketches I'm going to have a go again. I was finding the pen on the paint wasn't working because the paint was too chalky. And so you're getting like a little powder on the paper, which was no good. And it was actually covering the tip of the pen as well, which I didn't want. So that's why I need artist grade watercolour paints. But nevertheless, they're good little sketches just to start. And I always keep my offcuts because I might use those again. And as I said, you get a little bit of paper like that and you can use it. And then this was another one I did last night as well. It's quite useful. And then I've got a different style of painting. These were acrylic ones. Acrylic dots. I love pointillism, broken colour. So I've saved these and I might, this one will probably turn to a painting. But the offcuts are really useful for the journal, so definitely going to keep those. Another way to get inspired is to go for a walk and just note what's happening around you. So I talked about a walk that I went on earlier this week and I noticed that there were different sounds, there's more traffic on the road. I noticed that the air was fresher. I could smell the rain that had happened earlier that morning. Chestnuts, conkers on the ground, they're starting already, even though it's the end of August. And it's just being more aware of what's happening around us and honing in on that and letting the noise of our life dissipate. Sometimes we get overwhelmed by what's happening, work, family, home, whatever, and it's just letting those sounds disappear so that we can notice what's going on around us and being thankful for those small changes, because often we miss them because we're so busy. But if we start to listen to what nature is saying and what we feel God is saying around us, we can reflect that in our art. I will encourage you to journal. I have, as you know, an art journal, but I also have a paper journal, which I do lots of writing in. And anything that grabs my attention, I make a note of it, because you'll come back to it again and again and realise that God is saying something to you. Be encouraged. Now is the time for the new. It may be new skills. It may be new ventures or adventures. You could go and have an adventure. The more we try in life, the more we gain, the more new ways of doing things that we discover. But now is the time for the new. So be encouraged.